Long division of polynomials. I don't think I can explain this without just going with an example, so let's start with that. 12x cubed minus 11x squared plus 9x plus 18, and then we're going to divide all of that by 4x plus 3. So let's set up our long division if we draw this here. And now we need to write the dividend, which is this numerator here, on the inside. And now we need to write our divisor, which is our denominator here, on the outside. So we have 4x plus 3. So now let's start dividing. So the first thing we need to do is divide the first term of our dividend, which is 12x cubed, by the first term of our divisor, which is 4x. So what is 12x cubed divided by 4x? Well, 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3, and then x cubed divided by x, well, that's going to be x squared. So let's put that up here, 3x squared. And now we need to multiply our divisor, which is 4x plus 3, and multiply that by 3x squared. So 3x squared times 4x, well, we've already established that. That is going to be 12x cubed. And then 3 times 3x squared, that is going to be 9x squared. So we would add 9x squared here. And now we need to subtract this, just like if we were doing normal long division. So 12x cubed minus 12x cubed, that's just going to be 0. And then negative 11x squared minus 9x squared. Well, negative 11 minus 9, that's going to be negative 20. So we're going to be left with negative 20x squared. And we need to bring down these here. So we have plus 9x plus 18. So now we just do the same thing again. Take the first term here, which is negative 20x squared, and divide by 4x. So we have negative 20x squared divided by 4x. Negative 20 divided by 4. That is going to be negative 5. And then x squared divided by x is just going to be x. So let's put negative 5x up here. And now what is 4x plus 3 times negative 5x? Well, 4x times negative 5x, already established that, it's going to be negative 20x squared. And then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Add an x, that is negative 15x. Now we just do the same thing, we subtract. So negative 20x squared plus 20x squared, that's just going to cancel. And then 9x minus negative 15x. So that's going to be plus 15. So what is 9 plus 15? That's going to be 24x. And then we bring down our 18, and that's going to be 24x plus 18. So now we just keep going. The first term, 24x, divided by the first term here, 4x. So 24x divided by 4x, very tight on space with all this. 24 divided by 4 is going to be 6. X divided by x is going to be 1. So we can just add 6 up here. And now 4x plus 3 times 6. 6 times 4x is 24x, and then 3 times 6 is 18. So if we subtract this, we will be left with 0. So we have no remainder, and our answer is 3x squared minus 5x plus 6. So let's try another example. 3x to the fourth minus 5x squared plus 3. And we're going to divide that by x plus 2. So let's set up our long division. We're going to put our dividend in green. And then we're going to put our divisor on the outside. So now let's start with our first terms, 3x to the 4th and x. So 3x to the 4th divided by x is going to be 3x to the 3rd. So we put that up here, 3x cubed, and then x times 3x cubed, 3x to the 4th. 2 times 3x cubed is going to be 6x cubed. And now we can subtract. These two will cancel. Now we don't have any x cubed in our dividend to subtract from, so it'd actually just be 0 minus 6x cubed is going to be negative 6x cubed. And then we need to bring down our other two terms. Negative 6x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3. And now the same thing again, 6x cubed divided by x. So negative 6x cubed divided by x, that is going to be negative 6x squared. So let's write that up here. And now we need to multiply. So x times negative 6x squared is negative 6x cubed. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12, so that's going to be negative 12x squared. And now we subtract this. So these two are going to cancel, and we're going to have negative 5x squared minus negative 12x squared. So that's going to be plus 12x squared. So what is negative 5 plus 12? It's going to be 7. So we are going to have 7x squared. And now we just bring down our 3. So we add 3 there. And now 7x squared divided by x. That is going to be 7x. So let's write that plus 7x. So x times 7x, 7x squared. 2 times 7x is 14x. So now let's subtract. These are going to cancel, and then we can just bring both of these down, so it will be negative 14x, and then bring our 3 down, plus 3. And now finally, negative 14x divided by x is going to be negative 14. So if we put negative 14 up here, x times negative 14, negative 14x. 2 times negative 14 is negative 28. So if we subtract that, scroll down. If we subtract that, we're going to be left with, these are going to cancel, 3 plus 28 is going to be 31. 31 divided by x. Well, we can't do that, so we actually have a remainder here. So how are we going to write our answer? So let's start by writing our quotient that we have up here. It's going to be 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 14. But then we have to account for our remainder. So what we were trying to do here is 31 divided by x plus 2. And we couldn't evaluate that, so let's just add that on to the end. That's going to be plus 31 divided by x plus 2. So that's how you would add a remainder. You would just take the remainder and put it over your divisor. So finally we have our answer. 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 14 plus 31 over x plus 2. So now you know how to divide polynomials using long division.